the Codevthspan YouTube channel. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the encapsulation. Encapsulation is nothing but the process of wrapping the states and the behavior of an object into a single unit of a class is known as an encapsulation. That means we are wrapping. Wrapping means nothing but grouping. Grouping the states and behavior of an object into a single unit is known as an encapsulation. In Java, every class exhibits encapsulation because see here every class has constructors and the methods, right? So we are wrapping its methods and constructors into a single class. That means every Java class exhibits encapsulation. Let us see the real-time example. See here, let us consider a bag and we wrapping all the objects into a single unit. That means we are keeping our lunchbox, water bottle and the book into a bag. That means wrapping states and behavior of an object into a single unit. The same thing, the wrapping of a object into a single unit, it is known as an encapsulation. See, advantages of the encapsulation. Encapsulation provides the code reusability and we can provide control access to the user and properties of an object members by declaring them as an private. For example, by writing the code, if I make a private as a property, that means I am giving the only minimum access to the users on the particular properties. We can control the access to the user by giving the private. By giving the access specifiers as a private, I can give only the limited access to the user. If I give private keyword, then we will use the helper methods. Helper methods are of, we can use here two, setter method and the getter method. Actually, because of we are using the private keyword, we are using the setter method and the getter method just to give only the control access to the particular user on the particular properties of an object. See here, just a minute. As I said, we are using the helper methods like setter and getter. Here first we will see the setter method. It is a public non-static method. See, it is a public non-static method which helps us to reinitialize the private property values outside of a class. Setter method is nothing but which is used to initialize the properties outside of a class. As it is in private, we are unable to reinitialize the properties. So at that time, we will have helper method, setter method and the getter method. Setter method which is used to reinitialize the properties outside of a class. And the setter method always starts with the word set followed by the private property name, and setter method always have the formal argument and its return type would be void. Okay. Setter method always starts with the set keyword and followed by the private property name and it's as an argument and return type would be the void. Next, getter method. Getter method is a public non-static method which helps us to read private property values outside of the class. Setter method is nothing but which is used to set the values outside of the class. Getter method is nothing but which is used to read the values outside of a class. The getter method name always starts with the word get followed by the private property name. It is always no argument method and returns same as a private property data type. Here no argument will be passed and the return type is same as the private property data type. Now we will see the example for the encapsulation. Just see here, Let us assume I have a clock. I have a clock. As we know that we have only the 24 hours, right? And 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds, right? 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes, right? This is the timing standards what we follow. If I give the control access to the user to set the alarm, they can make 24 hours to 36 hours. Is it possible? It's highly impossible. They can make 1 minute is equals to something 65 seconds. Is it possible? It's really impossible. So that means I am giving only the control access to the users, so that there is a no issues in the timings or anything. Just I am taking the real time example time. If you take any example, you will find some highly impossible situations when giving all the access to the users. So at that time we will give by using the private keyword. But when we using the private keyword, we unable to reinitialize the objects at the outside of the class. So at that time we use a helper method like setter and the getter method. Setter method used to set the values, reinitialize the values, and the getter method which is used to read the values. Yeah, now we will see the program. Public class name would be the clock. As we know, we have hour, minute, and the second. Hour would be the data type int, and as I said, we have to access specifier is give access specifier is private. So private int hour and private int minute and private int second, and we using the constructor clock of int hour comma int minute comma int second. As we know that if hour is less than 0, greater than 0 and less than 23, and minute is greater than 0 and minute is less than 59, and second is greater than 0 and seconds is less than 59, at that time we have to provide the values like initializing the local variables to the global variables. That means HR is a local and we initializing the values from the local to the global. That means this dot HR is equals to HR, this dot minute is equals to minute, this dot second is equals to second. If values are not in this particular range, then we will get enter valid time. Okay. Next, we created the one method, that is public void show time method, that is this dot hr. That means what we enter that will be displayed here, particular hour, minute, and the second. Next, as we know it is in private, we can set the hours and get the hour details, all the things. Here I am giving the public void set hr of an argument in hr. As we know, set method which returns the void type and which accepts the argument. Here I am giving the hour. If hour is less than 0 and greater than 0 and less than 23, then we have to initialize the values. Hence, enter valid hour. Next, then we can read, right? See, then we can read and return the data type. That means hour would be the int. So public int get hour of return this dot hr. Same public void set minute of int minute. Minute is always greater than 0 and less than 58. Then we have to reinitialize. Hence we will get enter valid time. Same, we have to use a get method to read the values. So public int get minute of return this dot minute. Same, set seconds and the get, we have to set the seconds value and return the seconds value. Yeah, this is all about blueprint class. Now we will see the user logic class. Public static void main string arguments system.out.println. Now we initialize creating an object. That means we have to create the object for the clock. Clock C is equals to new clock of 12, 11, 10. 3 formal arguments. That means we have 3 constructors, right? Int hour, int minute, int second. That means compile binding takes place. That means hour is equals to, we will get 12 and the minutes 11 and the seconds 10. After we have this c dot show method, show time. That means it is a method. So it will go here and it will print this dot hour. That means 20. What we given here values, see, we will see the output 12, 11, 10. It is present in the show time. Next c dot set hr, we have to set the again set hr is equals to 12. C dot set minimum minute is equals to 45. C dot second is equals to 56. Next system.out.println c dot get hour. That means what we said 12. Next set dot minute, get dot minute. That means 45, 56. Next c dot show time. Again we calling the show time method. So at this time the time would be 12, 45 and 56. Yeah, that's all for the encapsulation. I hope you understand what is encapsulation. Please do subscribe to the Codevthspan YouTube channel.